Google knows, I'm the biggest, horniest motherfucker for Giantess Vore content because I have Googled that.
Hello and welcome to Real Weird Sickos. My name is Tom Videogra and I've been having a terrific slice of the day, as I am today. And you know who's terrific? That's my good friend, Charles Khan. Charles, how we doing, buddy?
Well, brother, you know me. I'm always terrifying, terrific, the most terrorizing, the most thunderous person in online entertainment. That's me, Charles Khan, the masked bastard. Everybody's favorite, let me tell you.
That's absolutely terrific. And you know who's also terrific? That's our good friend, Jen. How we doing, Jen?
Do you have a cold or something, Tom?
No. I woke up. I woke up at 8 in the morning.
If it's like 8 o'clock in the morning for Tom right now, because it's like, let me give you all a little bit of a backstory.
Inside
Oh no,
bus.
don't pull behind the curtain, Jen. It's like Mario 3.
The only time that we can sync up is on a Saturday. So that's when none of us are working, really, except for Charles sometimes.
Yep. Yeah.
We can sync up on Saturdays, and it just so happens it's like buttfuck 8 o'clock in the morning for Tom. So good on Tom for like getting up at Saturday morning. Every Saturday morning that we record at 8 o'clock. So good on him.
It's a good Sunday morning in Australia, but you know why?
Sunday,
I wake up.
Not Saturday. It's Sunday. My bad. It's Saturday
right.
here.
Absolutely.
It's Saturday at
Whatever happened to
3:25
Saturday
p.m.
morning cartoons?
PST.
I always wondered about that.
Absolutely. But we have a fantastic guest. And the reason why I wake up early, because this is very special, we have Cynical's brother coming to Stomedy. It's Mr. Wavywebsurf. How we doing,
Yeah,
buddy?
whatever happened to Wavywebsurf?
Well, I don't know. He just showed up here, so I guess he's back. Cynical's brother is the greatest title I've received. Shout out to Stomedy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
maybe
it's
one day you'll be able to get that copy of GTA 6. You know, it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time.
I gotta say, Stomedy really doesn't disappoint. Like the GTA 6, it's such a weird thing for him to pull out and address and to have. It fits right into his branding. Like it's such an on-brand
Just
thing for
random
Stomedy to
shit. Yes.
do.
God bless his heart. But yes, absolutely. Welcome, matey. It's a long time coming because you're like a day one on the list, like a day one, and we're fantastic.
We've literally been trying to like link up for like a while, but like dates and life and everything, that's just what happens sometimes. But I knew we were going to make it happen. We made it happen.
I had a battle with Ultraman and couldn't make it once.
It is my pleasure. It's actually funny because it's like I've met a member of this podcast in real life before I was actually on the podcast. Like, when does that happen?
I know, right? And I'm gonna totally and if you don't know, like it's totally normal for straight women with boyfriends to say that they're gonna run off and get married. So I'm gonna run off and marry Wavy's girlfriend. Shout out Press. I love her. She's the most beautiful, by the way.
I'm
literally just using Wavy to get to his girlfriend.
Y'all's friendship just brings joy to my heart. Like unironic wholesomeness. It's crazy, guys, because not only are they both like bubbly, easy to talk to, really outgoing. They're both nurses, and like it just kind of is weird how it worked out like that. We met at the quote unquote fake Vidcon. Presley was with me, and she met Jen. It's just been a budding. Whatever like the opposite of a bromance is. I don't know if that has like a catchy.
We bonded pretty much like right away.
Yeah. Have you guys worn the same pair of pants and traveled it?
Maybe
that's a true test.
Maybe we'll sell those pants one day, like Alinity sold farts. You never know.
You know, those gals make millions of dollars from farts.
Yeah,
farts.
Ricky Berwick just got like a package of the amaranth fart.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, he unboxed. He got one fresh from the source, did he?
Yeah,
I remember the e-girl excrement market is at all-time highs right now.
Wow.
The bodily functions are a high source of funds.
Yeah, any bodily functions. I bet they sell their toenails next.
Why'd you say that? But I know I remember seeing that photo, and it was like a made-to-order custom one. It was $1,000, and I was like, Jesus. that's a market lockdown. That is like
This is how she was able to quit OnlyFans, though. Like, she quit her OnlyFans recently, didn't she?
Just to sell farts?
No, she sold enough farts that she quit OnlyFans. She doesn't have to do OnlyFans anymore. That's
Jen,
how fucking much
here's
money
the thing
she
about
made.
doing an OnlyFans is making tons and tons of money. It's never enough. You could become a millionaire, but it's like, but I don't have 10 million.
That's kind of
I got 10 million, but I don't have 100 million.
It's kind of like Belle Delphine.
But not a billion.
Delphine, let me tell you, she wasn't going to come back. You know how she recently made a comeback? She actually wasn't going to come back, though. What happened is she randomly had her Instagram account reinstated. She had been banned off of Instagram a long time ago. She randomly had her account reinstated, and that's kind of what made her kind of come back, like out of nowhere. Like, because you didn't hear from Belle for like over a year. And then all of a sudden, like, bam, she came back. Well, because she was like, honestly, don't know what I'm going to do, but like, I guess I'm back, you know? And then she filled me in on all the shit that she's been doing like the last year. She's been living that whole like, I'm rich and I don't have a schedule and I don't have to fucking do anything. So let me just like do all this rando shit. And it's just like, God, her life is just bananas, but it's fun. It's fun to watch her, you know?
Yeah, fair. Apparently Amaranth closed in April, and now she owns like a gas station and like a fucking private jet now. What the fuck's going on? Like,
she owns a gas station.
I had heard that gal's making well over $3 million a month, but that could be low.
Would you ever start a feet OnlyFans, Wavy?
Oh my God. I'm
come on, it's just your feet.
Hold on.
Come on.
Before that, I'm still caught up on the Amaranth gas station. Like, that's like the most, like the least elegant transition from OnlyFans model to a gas station owner, like a clerk.
Are you trying to say that gas stations are shady?
No, it's an investment these days.
I mean, Charles, like if you were to take like a crime statistics map and put it up next to gas stations, I would imagine it's higher than most areas.
Maybe she'll own a mattress store next, because mattress stores have never been used as a shady front for anything.
Oh, they're totally not a mafia
Maybe a
front.
tanning
All
shop.
of those mattress firm places, totally not a mafia front. Absolutely not. Never any cars there. They're open like a whole 12 hours a day.
A mattress store that's right across the street from another mattress store.
And to answer the question about the the OnlyFans, the Wavywebsurf feet page, it just depends. It just depends on if motherfuckers are interested in like Fred Flintstone type feet, because that's what I'm rocking.
They are though. They are.
Yeah,
you know,
those got Frodo feet. There's a guy out there. There's money. There's gold in them there heels.
You know,
there's gold. There's
gold in them there heels.
I'm the dude that has to like go to the special section on like the shoe website to get the wide, like the wide sole ones.
Yes,
feet don't fail me now.
We're a marginalized class of people, class of citizens.
Big feet, me motherfuckers.
Like, you could be totally anonymous with feet. Like, don't think that I haven't thought about that shit. Don't you think for a second that I haven't thought about that shit? Because
Jen, if Jen started selling her feet, but didn't say that it was her feet, if she was just selling feet, she could be pulling in thousands of dollars a month.
How do you know I'm not already?
Oh, exactly.
Yeah. How do you know I'm not selling my feet? I could be selling my feet right now as we're talking, Jen.
I've literally thought about it, though.
Feet are fucking so gross. Like, I don't know what it's
but
about.
But people
feet.
fap to it. It's like Peggy'sFeet.com back on King of the Hill. Like, people fucking fap to feet.
They
want to come on feet, Tom. It's a thing.
That example, the King of the Hill example, like comes into my mind anytime someone has some sort of discussion about like posting feet. The image, like the screen of that episode. It's one of the funnier
ping pong paddle.
It's one of the funnier episodes. Is what's awesome about that.
It's a foot fetish site,
it's
Peggy.
great because Peggy doesn't even realize what she's doing, as often happens to Peggy.
She thinks it's empowering every woman with big feet everywhere.
You know, the weird thing about that episode is, like, I think the first time I saw it, I was probably young. I was 11, 12. And that was like the first time I was ever introduced to the idea of people being sexually attracted to feet. Like, I didn't know that was the thing.
It's the pill.
It's like,
the foot pill.
What? People like, cause like the guy who was like taking the pictures was all like fucking horny about it and shit. He was like, "We're gonna put it in honey and cover it in feathers."
Do you think you think Mike Judge has a secret, you know?
Oh,
He could
like,
be
heard
like,
Judge.
he could be
You wanna
like
know what's the secret about
Tarantino.
Mike
He could be
Judge?
busting a Tarantino. You never know.
I've heard Mike Judge has secretly torn through all the hot chicks in Hollywood. All
Probably.
of them.
I'll tell you what.
Which reminds me, like talking about this weird shit, Wavy, is there ever a video that you've wanted to do, but you thought like, that's a little much. I don't know
One
if I
that's
can
too
do that.
weird or too far out.
So fortunately, the stuff that is like ingrained in my head from like my childhood internet days is not as deranged as the stuff that Justin Whang apparently encountered.
Yeah. Gotcha.
So I don't have too many examples to really give you. But I definitely recently learned what Giantess porn and Vore was. I knew what Vore was, but I
is that
didn't
like
know
the lift and carry kind of stuff?
the Giantess Vore thing I learned through making this video about Stomedy, because Stomedy is like, for the folks who don't know, he was this guy that made these ridiculous like ghost challenges and all these sort of like drilling my head with a drill or
He used
drinking
to upload
bleach
like
challenge.
6 times a day.
And
Wow.
he was really big during the Leafy and Pyro era,
Yep.
and he was one of their big punching bags, and like he disappeared from YouTube for years, and like apparently, well, not apparently, I mean he has. What he did was he deleted his old channel and created a new one called Giantess Vore. And it's like, why? Like, what's going on here?
And
Why did he delete it? Did
So
he
he's
say
just
why?
into Vore?
Stomedy says in a comment that's been archived by another YouTuber named Zog, shout out to him, that he said that he basically he didn't want to be associated with those old videos, and he was tired of people in his comment section, so he deleted the channel. I don't.
Yeah.
That's not.
But
that's
why
not
would he want to be
I don't buy
associated
that.
with Giantess Vore?
Well,
Vore,
that's
for everybody
weird.
who doesn't know,
It's-
everybody who's not, I know the
apparently
real weird
Stommy's
sickos are into it, but
Well, here's the thing.
for anybody
but
who doesn't know, Vore is the pretending to be eating stuff, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's great. But here's
And
the thing.
Giantess is you just like a big woman, just a nice, tall, biggin.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but he mentions that it's supposed to be an anagram, or like it's supposed to represent not what the fucking thing is, which makes
Dude,
no sense.
Tom, that is
Right.
I was rolling when
You
I
made-
found that. He has so the channel name is Giantess Vore, and people were like, "Why are you making this channel about Giantess? It has nothing to do with this type of kink." So if you go to his about section on his channel, it's like him addressing these people saying he's clickbaiting, and what he says is Giantess stands for Giant Educational Steve Stomedy, and Vore is my middle name.
Jesus Christ! And it's
You know
so
what?
hard to
Sure
see
it
his
is.
content.
Either the stupidest person on the planet or he's a secret genius. That's what I've always thought about him.
I wanted to title the video Stomedy, the village idiot of YouTube. Because that's
Shut
what,
up, God, it's so good.
Shit.
When he
But-
responded to you, I was screaming. I was fucking screaming.
I
He's
really
live, laugh,
think
love places.
he's so hard to pin down. Like there's so many of these troll type characters that I've covered, like, you know, Mr. Black Darkness.
Yep,
He's
yep.
he's very obviously a satirical character. Stomedy has moments where you can tell he's like self-aware and is sort of like making himself the butt of the joke and sort of playing into internet trends and stuff. But then sometimes he just like, why are you making like 20 videos a day trying to imitate some random like kids channel? Like that's not a smart tactic. Like that is not funny. It's not really satirical. I don't know exactly what he is. I don't know if he's a troll. I don't know if he's a village idiot, somewhere in between.
He's
I
an
just don't know.
enigma.
He is an enigma. He's very
Wrapped
much an
inside a
enigma.
mystery.
Didn't part
And
of
I
the
will
reason
say,
why... I'm sorry.
Oh, that's right. It was so difficult to find the video that was about you. Like, I had to search. Searching Giantess Vore on YouTube was a very bad idea. And
Yeah, what were you thinking, Tom? Did you just type in
I had to type in the full phrase
and just hit
Giantess
just hit
Vore,
go?
Wavywebsurf to even get it to even appear. Like, you have to search exactly it. So I don't know why he did it. Like, if not for an SEO thing, because that thing got fucking tanked. Like,
As
that's
far as Google knows, I'm the biggest horniest motherfucker for Giantess Vore content because I have Googled that phrase and YouTubed that phrase over 100 times in the last 2 weeks.
Bless your soul,
But
mate.
you're
You know
right.
what,
Tom.
man
It
who
is
appreciates
very
You wanna know what the
difficult to
best-
find that
Vore.
video.
You know what one of the best YouTube comments I have on one of my videos is?
What is it?
It's somebody commented, it's like Wavy and Whang had a baby.
And you are a child?
Yeah, I sat there and I thought
Oh.
about that, and then I thought of the whole semantics of that whole like situation.
I think
You're
the
not-
best comment
you-
I ever got
You're not.
was that
You're not Asian enough, Jen. You're not Asian.
I was like, who actually birthed me though? Like, I kind of want to know. And then I thought of like, you know, like the Sonic Peter Griffin pregnant meme or something like that.
Yeah.
I was like, somebody needs to draw.
No, they
I thought
don't.
it was
Oh
funny.
no!
They
Don't
don't,
whatever anybody does, do not draw
Somebody please-
Wavy and
Hayden,
Whang holding
Hey,
hands
Harvey
with
the
Whang
cat. I know
pregnant
you're
with Jen.
Listen, Harvey the cat. I know you're listening to this. Please
saying
fucking draw
miracles,
that.
not mistakes.
Draw my
somewhere on the page.
Draw my dad's, please.
Speaking of drawing in a way of getting away from this conversation, ironically, we were talking about King of the Hill. Apple is apparently releasing a game that is got King of the Hill, American
Okay.
Dad
Oh, that
Family
Kart
Car
racer.
Listen,
as a
I just
racing
bought
game.
a new phone. I just bought a new phone this week.
So you
My
can,
other
you
phone
can
took a
race
shit
as
because I
Peggy.
dropped it.
You can race
Yeah,
as Peggy.
What happened is you get like 3 months free of like Apple Arcade, so I fucking downloaded that game.
So
And
you've
I
been playing as Peggy.
Listen. I showed it to Muta. I was like, listen, I'm gonna play this game, and he fucking like we were in a call and he hung up on me.
As he should have. As he
Wait,
should
so
have.
you're telling me that mobile game advertisement where King of the fucking Hank Hill was shredding it on a tractor was not a fever dream? That was real.
It's dope
No,
as
that's real.
fuck though. Like
It's
you
a
jump
lawnmower.
over Luann's pool, like in Arlen. It's kind of dope though. I played it for like 20 minutes yesterday. It was kind of cool. I ain't gonna lie.
Yo, what is you like? That's you guys actually. That's a good springboard for like. Why did it take so long for Nickelodeon and like now I'm seeing they've got a Warner Brothers game where they're
Bingo.
doing Smash Brothers?
Yeah,
but it's
they
like
have
all the
Nickelodeon
IP.
Smash. Yeah, like the
Yeah.
Nickelodeon
Yeah,
Smash.
it
Where the
feels
fuck
like,
was this when I was 12?
True. Well, the people who
Seriously.
made it is probably at the same age.
Yeah,
these
I
are
got
people that bring in their
stuck with that really weird Real Monsters game when I was a kid that was not a
Yo.
great one.
Jen, yeah, where was this shit when I was 12? Here's another one. So now, when we're grown adults, there's like an abundance of Nintendo and like gaming merchandise. Like you can go to a
Oh, yeah.
Target. You can go to a Target and buy like a Yoshi plushie or like a Mario doll.
Literally
When we
just
were
got-
kids,
Yes!
I feel like there was such an uncapitalized demand. Like I remember being like, if they sold like a fucking Mario and Luigi at like the store, I would have been the biggest buyer.
Yeah,
I would have been the biggest, like,
1995,
especially like Yoshi's Island. Like Yoshi's Island on SNES was the first game I ever beat as a kid. Okay, like I
Mhm.
was a little kid. That was the first game. It's like, dude, like Yoshi merch. I
Yeah.
would have been fucking on that like crazy.
I
Like,
found when I
what
was
the
a
fuck?
kid, it was at a yard sale. I found a coloring book for the Super Mario Brothers movie, and that was the only Mario merch I ever found
Wow.
besides those Mario 3 toys from McDonald's.
Wow.
only
I
is
think that
stuff-
might have been the only Mario merch I found until like 2006, 2007.
The only other stuff would be items you could get in Nintendo Power mail-in order
Yeah,
things.
that
Oh,
kind of stuff.
exactly. And Nintendo Power in of itself was merch, like because there was the fold out because there was like
Advertainment,
there was a fold out poster like every because it was like what once every 2 months Nintendo
Yeah.
Power came out. I don't
Mhm.
remember, but you had like the little fold out center poster that came out.
Mhm.
That was fucking merch. Like that was like hell yeah. Like I'm gonna even though I don't fucking like this goddamn game, I'm gonna hang it on my wall anyway.
You telling me you're not into Super Metroid, Jen?
No, I fucking love. That's like literally one of my favorite games of Super Metroid. Are you kidding?
One of
I
the
found out
Totally sold me.
that those were not big sellers. There's there was some kind of chart that showed off.
Metroid is like one of my favorite IPs. As long
that Super
Mega
Metroid
Man
had some super low like sell through thing. It was like 2 million copies total.
Crazy to me because I loved Super Metroid. I fucking still love it.
I feel
now.
like it defined a genre. Like it's not just a good game.
Speaking of fighting, Wavy was at Creator Clash a couple weeks ago. I want to hear about your experience with this because we were gonna go, but then like we didn't, and then we watched it on stream, and we were a little sad we didn't go. So I kind of want to hear about it.
You want the ringside rundown, as it were?
Hell yes,
Hell
I
yeah.
do.
So,
Ringside Wavy.
So first and foremost, I was not at the ringside because
They were like $2,000 seats.
I'm a blue collar YouTuber. I'm not paying $2,000 at iDubbbz thing to sit at the ringside. But I had some pretty good seats. Shelled out $75, and man, that was like a $300 experience easily.
Cool.
So my biggest fear about the whole Creator Clash thing stemmed from the way iDubbbz and Anissa seem to be going out of their way quite a bit to make it a Weenie Hut Jr. experience in the promotion. Like they didn't want any sort of like what some might call like sort of like fake beef. They didn't want the creators to like have these dramas and beef. Like they were saying, this isn't a Keemstar event. We're not going to have creators faking beef.
They were trying to make it the anti. They were like,
they were trying to make it the hipster. It's going to be hipster.
Right. It's more about the sport and less about the beef.
Which that's fine, but that's like just it's whatever. So
people want the WWF. They want to see a guy who hates another guy. You sorry son of a bitch, Wavy. You stole my wife, and now I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm gonna punch your face in.
You kicked my dog.
You don't even know.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me tell you something.
I had low expectations, but dude, whatever promotion, good or bad, that he did, it was offset by how fucking impressed I was by the fighters. These YouTubers actually were training. Like you could tell that they were giving it their all. They hadn't just like picked up gloves like last week.
The girls were fucking beastly.
Yeah,
they were.
Holy shit.
And you know how we're so used to seeing even like a Jake Paul fight. These guys are like pretty well-trained amateur boxers. So they're not doing stupid shit that leaves them open to getting hit that often. These YouTubers, they're fucking swashbuckling rookies. So they're getting clocked in the head every 5 seconds. You can fucking feel the impact. Like they were getting hit. It was entertaining. It was awesome. And like the crowd, one of the craziest parts where it was just a signature YouTuber event when Michael Reeves came out and they played the fucking Mind Diamond
Oh my God,
song.
I was screaming. It took me like a minute because like we were just watching it on stream and it took me a minute. And I was like, wait a minute. Is that fucking Mind Diamonds? Oh my God. I was like, okay, this is pretty fucking cool. Like
that was the moment when I was like, iDubbbz, you're low key kind of a genius for this.
Yeah,
because he's basically opened up boxing, in my view, to like all these like sort of like cringy Reddit types that won't enjoy it if it's Jake Paul. So he's unironically made it so accessible for just like internet nerds that want to have storylines that they can get behind as far as creators and really be invested, because watching a Jake Paul fight is just like, it's like you're not invested in it. Nobody really cares for Jake Paul as a content creator. They just care in the sort of antagonistic character that he is. Like they want to see him get fucked up. That's about it. But it was fun. How
was the airsoft fatty like in real life?
I couldn't tell if that's fun. I forgot about that.
I would like to see Airsoft Fatty get into a fight with somebody in real life.
No, but he did that. Okay, he had to keep stopping and starting the national anthem because he kept fucking up. And so, like,
people were saying
you
was.
You were there, Wavy. So I want to hear it from you.
The Airsoft Fatty thing, people were saying he was trolling and it was scripted and like he meant to do that. I 1,000% disagree. I think he did that on purpose.
That's way too funny.
All right, sorry. I mean, I think he did it. I'm sorry. No.
Right.
I don't think it was on purpose. I think it was an accident.
He genuinely didn't know the words to the national anthem.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was genuine.
To sing. Like it kind of goes up and down, and there's a lot going on.
I think that was the moment that we were sad we didn't go.
For Fatty, the way I think of it, for Airsoft Fatty, that was probably the most like intimidating moment of his entire life.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
he'd probably never been in front of a crowd like that before.
That's why I would lean to he got overwhelmed and literally forgot the words to the national anthem. And the funny thing about that is when the whole crowd was singing the national anthem, I was like, damn, I kind of forgot the words to this motherfucker. It's been a while. Like
It's
I
harder
couldn't even
than
remember.
we think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But the fight was great. There was like, okay, so I got to go to the fabled critical as like a Rob Deerdeck fucking house now.
The
warehouse.
The warehouse.
Yeah, what is like Rob
A
Deerdeck's
fantasy
thing called?
factory?
Yeah, he has a fantasy factory. Quote unquote.
Yes.
So I got to go to that and that was fun. But yeah, it was a really great trip. Tampa was cool and it reinvigorated me as far as VidCon goes. I'm really excited to see Jen and all of my friends that I've met in the last year on YouTube. And
it's gonna be a
dude,
good time. This year's
hyped.
gonna be fucking wild. I can feel it. It's gonna be so good this time. Because last year we had like fake VidCon because if you didn't know, like they planned VidCon for October and then COVID hit again and so they canceled it. So a lot of people were just like, people had their flights booked. I live locally, so it didn't really matter to me, but there are people that like they booked Airbnbs, they booked flights. So they were just like, fuck it. We're just going to come down. We don't actually need a convention. And we all came down. Like a lot of people came down. We had a great time. So
It was
but
great.
more people are coming this year. So I think like this year's going to be like tops. Like it's going to be sick.
I actually, we need to backtrack for a second because I think we would all be remiss if we did not address the banning of Sam Hyde from the Creator Clash.
Yes.
Yeah, let's
As
get into
far
that.
as-
Absolutely.
What are your thoughts on that? Just
Well,
whoever.
Sam Hyde is, as we all know, he's a great innovator and a national treasure, a giantess, if you will.
Yes, sir.
Jesus.
And for him to be
However-
banned from the thing that he inspired, because he did that, iDubbbz did this documentary kind of thing. He wanted to do a puff piece, that wasn't necessarily puffing Sam Hyde. He wanted to expose the real Sam Hyde. He thought he would go and be like, I'm going to find out who this guy really is, and I'm going to show it. And then Sam Hyde did one of the greatest trollings, perhaps ever. It's got to be in the top 100 because he had all of his goons inside this fake office. He even paid a girl to shave her head and pretend to be on drugs and pretend to be his girlfriend. To the point where iDubbbz is very upset. Like he's like, oh, we gotta help her.
She went up and like put her hand like in his pocket or
in his
some
pants
shit.
pocket. Yeah, every crazy thing that they could think of.
They had the gaslighting iDubbbz list was probably like my
So
favorite.
good. Oh, it's one of the funniest documents I've ever read. There, because it's pages and pages of just crazy things that they thought of
If
just
you
to
don't
screw with
know,
iDubbbz.
there was this whole thing happened, and then earlier this week, somebody posted on Reddit as to why they think Sam got banned, and they were
Probably
like,
because iDubbbz didn't want to have anything to do with him.
he didn't want the event sabotage. So this person makes this post on Reddit, and then iDubbbz himself comes up and replies and says, speaking as iDubbbz, that I'm really iDubbbz, like this is exactly like dead on, like what I thought. And it was typically like, it wasn't because a lot of people were speculating that it was Anissa saying ban him from the, I kind of think, I do think more, it probably was more Ian saying like,
iDubbbz screwed iDubbbz.
My thoughts about it are like, what's publicly available, it is not logically consistent to say that Sam deserved to be banned. But
Right.
we don't
I
know
get it.
we don't know what the fuck Sam has done privately or shown Ian privately or said to Ian privately that has
Exactly.
influenced his decision. But with what's public, it doesn't make sense to me. Like that, he's like a crazy comedian guy that's like edgy as hell.
They were
But
banning people with Sam Hyde merch on. They were turning people
Oh
away.
wow!
You-
Because even
you
that they
can-
got the full
yeah.
like Hulk Hogan and what year was that? Hulk Hogan said words he shouldn't
I
say.
have no idea.
Sam is not this wrecking ball that cannot control himself and will spurg out and go crazy to sabotage like an event. That is not consistent with what it's not. I don't think it's necessarily like consistent with, like, you can tell he can turn it on and off, in my opinion. So I don't think he would, especially in this elevated position he's had recently, as far as people looking up to him and admiring him after this big success he had after sort of flipping iDubbbz' doc on its head. I don't think he would, you know, ruin his good standing and having a foot into the legit YouTube world by fucking up an event. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah. I was going to say that Sam is also signed to Keemstar's boxing promotion, and that might have been an element at hand. Yeah, that may have been a situation where he may have
Here's the thing about Happy Punch is that Happy Punch is a little bit more raw in the fact of, you know, you're going to put people against each other that may not necessarily like each other. But going back to Sam Hyde and that whole situation, again, there's always something that you don't understand, like you don't know things about a situation. And as much as I'm not, like, people were shitting on Anissa about it, and I'm not an Anissa enjoyer. Particularly,
we've been critical of her in the past.
I'm kind of with you, like, but I'm also not on the extreme Sam Hyde fan side of the Anissa
I'm
hate.
on neither, because there was a lot of people just really mad about it, and then they were automatically blaming Anissa. And I think the only thing that kind of made me feel for her a little bit, because there was a lot of people just questioning her in general, saying things like,
Yoko
they
Ono.
call her a gold digger. She's Yoko Ono. She doesn't really care about him. The one thing I'll tell you is this. It's hard enough being in a relationship. They did it long distance for a really long time. They got married. They put together this huge event, which could not from the ground up, which I guarantee you was not easy. And people were like, oh, she was coping online when iDubbbz lost. Hey, guess what? She's his wife. She was doing her job. Okay. Like, she was upset. I think any girl in that situation would have been coping.
But Jen, you're expecting
a break,
Jen, you're expecting 19-year-old kids on the internet to have like a wise perspective that only like a real adult could have.
One of the meanest things
here's the
I've
thing.
ever seen.
You will never know what goes on between somebody in their relationship unless you, and even if you do know them personally, guess what? You're still not going to always know people. I'll just say that. And I'll say that. See, this is what makes me mad. You people are making me defend Anissa, and that's fucked up. All right.
Like, yeah, one of the meanest memes I ever saw.
Look at, because I kind of like, I would not want to be in that situation where you feel like you have to fucking explain yourself to people who will never ever know you or your significant other. So I kind of get it a little bit. So fuck you people for making me defend Anissa.
Yeah, seeing somebody post online a meme that was, here's Sam Hyde's fake girlfriend with her hair all messed up and she's like blown out on drugs. And here's Anissa, like what Anissa looks like today. That was one of the meanest memes I think I've ever seen.
Well, it does make sense that Sam would actually pull that shit on iDubbbz. The reason why
that the two of them side by side look
really
similar.
I think it's something when you go through losing a parent to Alzheimer's.
Yeah,
I think that fucks with a person, and that's literally what she's been going through for the last couple of years. So it's one of those things, you don't know what a person's going through. And in the past, like I said, I have not been a particular enjoyer of her, and I'm still not. You know, it's like, good on them for putting this fucking thing together.
I don't know her. I don't know her work.
I literally, it went together, just watching the stream, it went together very smoothly. There wasn't any issues. It went without a hitch. And for a first thing, like, good on them. In the past, I've not been like an enjoyer of her at all, like I've said. But at the same time, we don't know what their dynamic is. So for anybody to speculate that, you don't know. You know what I mean?
Maybe they're into Giantess Vore. Who knows?
Maybe. You know what? It's like, we don't know. It's just like when we found out Pyrocynical was into like fat dragon brat porn. You know, you never know what they're into.
Could you imagine if we got Stomedy into the ring? Holy shit.
Yes. Oh my. Okay, so I saw a tweet from you the other day talking about that you're hitting the gym again, Wavy. What's going on with that?
So I joined a boxing gym about 2 weeks ago, and I've basically been training. I go to boxing classes. it's a pretty prestigious gym in my local area.
Okay.
I don't have anything that like I don't have like a fight like that I'm training for, but my
Would you?
idea here,
Not yet.
this is the idea. So what I want to do is I'm kind of at that point where like I'm almost 30, so I need to get that good cardio to last me till I'm 40. Because you gotta get your cardio back up like every 10 years or you're just gonna die. So that's part of it. And then the second part is I kind of like, even with the creator class was huge at all, I actually kind of feel like we're at the sort of inflection point when it comes to YouTube boxing. So I feel like there's a lot of opportunity there, and I just want to be in shape and train so I can basically be on retainer for any potential fights or events that might show up.
Ooh.
So
I'm sure somebody out there, maybe there's a little birdie who will fly into somebody's ear and say, hey, Wavy's training for boxing.
If you had to pick anybody to fight, who would you fight?
Yeah, Wavy, who you
This
gonna
is
fight?
the thing. I actually am struggling to think of an opponent because, like, I'm 5'11", and if I'm slim, if I'm cut up, I'm about 175. I can't think of any just like normal fucking size YouTubers. The ones I think of are either way short or way tall. Like, people are like, fight Gamer from Mars. Motherfucker, that dude is 6'3" and shredded.
He's a big boy.
Rock.
Dude,
he's a fucking rock. Like, he's cut.
Gravity
like
on
crazy.
Mars is Mars gravity is twice what Earth's is. So he's jacked up. It's like Dragon Ball Z. He's been training differently than we have.
Like, he's tall and he's cut. Like, it actually surprised me when I first met him.
How tall's Justin?
Justin, I don't know exactly how tall he is, but he's significantly shorter than me, a few inches at least.
He's taller. He's taller than me.
Okay,
so
like
I'm 5'4",
right?
and he's taller than me.
An actual good fight would be like Whang and Rusty. With Rusty Cage, they're very similar.
I like it because they're
would
scrappy.
love the shit out of that because that would be so good.
Which guy do you think bites first? Who does the eye poke?
Okay,
Rusty.
Like,
Rusty
Rusty's
bites.
a biter.
I guarantee Rusty's a biter.
But Justin has really muscular calves. Like, he'll fuck him up. Like,
I think like, just to throw my hat out there or throw my opinion on that one, I think Justin wins only if Rusty doesn't bulk up, because Justin is like stout, bro. Like, he is thick as fuck. He's really strong. You can tell that he's lifted in the past or is currently lifting. Rusty, I don't see it.
Rusty's scrappy. Here's the thing.
Justin doesn't skip leg day for sure.
Yeah.
Rusty's definitely been into some surly and unsavory places. I think Rusty, he might have that advantage in having been to
the street fight element.
Street fights, yes, that's what I'm thinking.
He's from Florida, like, that he's been into some shit, like Rusty.
But
Rusty
Whang,
is
not to discount Whang, I think Whang could be one of the best draw fights ever. Like, seeing those two guys beat the hell out of one another. It'd be like a double KO in Street
I think
Fighter.
Justin would
it's
win.
Very rare.
No disrespect to Rusty, but like, I think Justin would win for sure.
Rusty would bite him.
There's a couple of guys I can think of that are similar height and like builds to me. Like,
I was gonna say Ludwig. Ludwig.
Oh, Ludwig.
Ooh,
yeah, Ludwig is about
Willie
the same.
Mac.
But Willie Mac is Willie Mac is about the same size as me, but he's way skinnier than me. Yeah. And then the other person was fucking oh shit. I totally blanked. But Willie, I'm friends with Willie, so I would love to. Is he coming to
VidCon?
Dude, he keeps getting busy. I don't know what the hell's going on with him.
Willie Mac, listen to me. Fucking come to VidCon. I don't give a shit about your busy, flooded apartment bullshit. Just fucking come to VidCon.
Wow,
I'm calling you out.
The other guy that would actually be an uphill battle for me would be Emperor Lemon. He's got like an inch or two on me, but he's a thick boy, kind of like me. So I think that would be a good fight.
Yeah,
I wonder if he's ever been in a fight before in his life. I don't know. I get the vibe that Imp isn't a fighter.
Yeah,
he might. I don't know, man. He might send me on a downward spiral out of the ring.
I think Ludwig would be a good match for you. Like, you same like muscle density, height. I think that's a good like 1-to-1 match there. And I think density wise, like he'd show that he wanted to do it. You think I don't have the clout to get an end like.
a 10-foot radius of Ludwig, though. That guy is famous as shit.
True, we can get it. We can get you. Like, you get there. Like, he's just a guy. He wipes his ass just like us, Wavy. Puts on his pants.
Oh, I know he's a guy. I'll drink a beer with him, chat shit, but I don't know if he'll fight me. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair, but I think the differences between like people, like the Michael Reeves fight showed that there's a difference like up and down. And it's at the end of the day, it's still two people in the ring.
What if Wavy started doing the Muhammad Ali thing and just mocking him relentlessly for months?
What happened to
he ain't gonna fight me. He ain't tough enough to fight me.
If we want to talk about fights, we got to talk about Happy Punch. Now, Happy Punch is supposed to happen at the end of the year. I don't know where it's gonna. I don't know where it's happening.
Is this the Boogie fight? Is this where Boogie says he's going to fight?
Here's the thing. That's not going to happen.
No,
that's not. It's not going to happen at all.
Because it doesn't matter. Like, if you're having an official event, you have to have like a commission, like a sports commission, back it up. So that means you have to have a reputable, not even reputable, like any doctor with a license, with a practice. No doctor on the face of the planet that's licensed and doesn't want to get the shit suit out of them.
Yeah, I've seen the Boogie.
They're not going to clear. There's no way. He's type 2 diabetes. Probably has multiple joint problems, probably has a shit ton of even undiagnosed cardiovascular problems.
If he told me he had the gout, I would believe he had gout.
He will never get clearance to do a fight. He will die. He's going to die.
Yeah, I've seen Boogie's training, his like training videos on Twitter.
30 seconds on TikTok where he punches a fucking punching
No, this is the thing, Jen. We have to walk a thin line here because I am not fat shaming Boogie. I'm not doing anything like that.
I'm just saying, it's just science.
I'm super happy that he is like getting aerobic activity and sort of, getting his heart rate up and exercising. But from what we've seen, it does not appear as if he's like legitimately preparing himself for a fight.
There's no way.
I just don't see it.
What if this is old tape?
Like I said, even if he did, I saw a picture on Reddit for probably like 2 years ago before he gained more weight after the surgery, after his gastric bypass. Mm-hmm. He has lymphedema, both legs, by the way. And if you don't know what lymphedema is, it's basically when you're diabetic, your circulation is really, really shitty. So anything farther away from the heart, your blood's not pumping all the way that it should be. That's why if somebody's diabetic, they get a cut on their leg, it gets infected. More than likely, it's just going to keep getting fucked and they're going to lose a leg. Just because the farther, if you have a cut on your finger, okay, that's closer to the heart, right? But if you start going down, the further down you go, the worse your circulation gets. So if you go look at Boogie wearing shorts, you'll see the bottom of his legs.
I don't want to see that.
They're like
I don't want to ever see that.
They're you can see the bottom of his legs, probably from like the calf down, is really, really red, like almost purple. So that means he has lymphedema. There's no fucking way in the world he's fighting. It's not happening. He's got too many things wrong with him. It's age, it's circumstance. It's just not going to happen. And it isn't a fat shame thing. It literally is. This is the way it is. Nobody's going to clear him to fight.
I'd love to see him surprises. I'd love to see him surprises and actually go fight somebody.
Boogie was supposed to fight. Boogie was supposed to fight Ethan Ralph, right?
Yep.
Well, we've already
They're probably both about the same
health. I
health.
He honestly could have kicked Ethan Ralph's ass. Like, I'm going to be honest.
Ethan Ralph is like 0-20. He's lost every fight, hasn't he?
Yeah, that Portugal fight went over quite quickly.
Keem tweeted at him the day before. He was like, look, I'm not trying to be mean, but this shit's fucking embarrassing. You need to fucking learn how to fight, dude. Like, seriously,
I genuinely feel bad for what Ralph's going through, and I think
okay, listen,
I'd like to see him get himself together. I don't know what's going on.
Stop telling everybody where you're at. You just had a baby a couple of months ago. Stay the fuck home. How about that?
He got absolutely fucking wrecked.
Yeah, the second Portugal fight just happened as of recording time.
Another Portugal fight. Like, it's not even one Portugal fight. Like, this is multiple Portugal fights now. He just didn't get as fucked up this time.
I don't understand why is he going to Portugal?
Why
I
is
know
he in Lisbon? I don't understand either. Somebody shed light on that.
Some people just like Portugal.
It has
some people
something-
have friends in Portugal.
What
Doesn't
is he
it have
doing
something
there?
it has something to do with Andy Worski, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
What's going on there? And okay, it's not like he's.
His
I don't want to
family,
start shitting on people, but I'm not a big fan of him either. So
it's like I think because I think Worski's family lives there, and I guess I have no idea for anyone listening. I don't know any fucking Ralph Retort.
I don't
lore,
know the Ralph
but
lore either.
From what I understand, he just goes there as like sort of like, I'm on your home turf, motherfucker. You know, step to me, fuck your family.
Stay home with your baby, Ralph.
Yeah,
you
I
have
have
a
no
new
idea.
daughter. Stay home with her.
And then he
Stay
got
home with your
absolutely
fiance
leathered.
who just had a newborn. Honestly, that makes me mad because
I
he's
don't know
out
if
there
I'd say
getting
that,
his
you know.
he's out there getting his fucking ass kicked. Just stay home with your family, dude. I had hopes. Like when his fiance or wife or whatever had this new baby, I was like, okay, maybe he'll actually calm down now. Nope. And if he keeps this up, he's gonna get seriously injured. If he didn't like the last time before this time. But like I said, I don't understand a lot of fucking kill stream. I don't get a lot of that lore because I just didn't follow it because I just don't fucking care. But at the same time, like, dude, it really is embarrassing. Like Keem said, you're getting your ass handed to you like every other month at this point. It's time to like do something or just stay the fuck home. How about just stay the fuck home?
It's like the Michael Jordan meme. Stop it. Get some help.
Stop it. Get some help.
help.
Exactly. So it's like, as far as Happy Punch, they haven't announced who Fousey Tube's gonna fight. I told Colossal is crazy. Why don't you just get in there? But like,
Oh, dude.
You know, Colossal
Would he
would
wear
beat
his
his ass.
clown? Would he wear the clown gimmick to the ring?
Yeah, I could
He
see
wouldn't.
I could see clown fighting. You don't think he would do it?
His
He
lung
already told me.
capacity would be very limited.
He already told me he can't.
Oh,
Because he's a
But
foreigner?
he would beat his ass. No. Like he would actually beat Fousey's ass. Like Clown's like pretty fit. Like he's a fit
People
clown.
underestimate foreigners though, Jen. Like, he's Australian,
Fousey,
right?
okay, Fousey.
He's British!
who's Clown? He's from the UK.
Why am
We
I
all
thinking he's
sent a Sam to you,
Australian?
Charles, huh?
No,
Fucking
he was born in
bigots.
the UK. He said like probably a couple weeks ago, like he finished like a 5K race, and he's like a heavy smoker
Oh,
too. And he came
I
in
was
like
gonna say.
he came in like sixth place or something. There was like 200 people like in this fucking like marathon, and he came in like sixth place. And he's a heavy smoker. So
The lungs are like speed holes. There's holes in there that makes you go faster. It's just
Oh, he's got
Yeah.
speed holes.
He finishes the race. I need a fucking cigarette.
I need to
I know.
fucking
He probably-
cigarette.
okay, let's
What if
be
he was
honest.
doing the race
I
while
could
smoking?
guarantee you. I could guarantee you he was smoking while he was racing.
It's one of those guys.
He can't do anything. Like
Oh, the chain gang.
I loved the like the IRL characterization they did for Clown in Nerd City's J Station video. It was
Oh,
like
yeah.
the idea of the character like perfectly executed in like real life. I thought that was so cool. He's like,
you know what's funny?
It's like an ashtray full of
Yep.
cigarettes,
It's
beer.
just
Cigarette
a mound
clubs.
of, and those were all his real cigarette butts, by the way.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's
And
awesome.
it's funny because it's just like he's doing the thing that he said he would never do too. He said he would never like go on camera with clown makeup or a mask or any of that shit. So it's like the fact that
works
he
so well.
literally did the thing that he said he would never do. But you know what? He did it like his way though.
Absolutely.
You know, like he did it the way that he wanted to do it. So like good on him. Somebody that never did the camera, like on camera work before. So like good on him, you know?
It was
God
very
damn it.
seamless. It was so tastefully done, so on brand. Like it was just, I would be, if I was him and I saw the processed video that Nerd sent back of all that, I would be like, well, this is the coolest shit I've ever seen. Publish
Literally,
the fuck out of it. Yeah.
one of the literal best videos that's ever been on YouTube ever.
Yeah. And I will say the best follow up to that was the To Be Honest episode 2, where it's I think Clown.
You mean the weekly podcast? To be honest, I love that weekly podcast. Oh wait, there's only 2 episodes. Never
Jen,
mind. No,
it's-
it's
it's-
right now.
Dolan's
It's a-
working on the next episode.
It's a daily podcast. It's daily.
Oh my god!
Jesus Christ. But
it's a great podcast. We want more of it, please, guys.
I know Dolan at the
it,
moment is
please.
working on it. He's working on this second. He's working on the third episode, editing it because I think Nerd.
You know what
edited 1
happens?
and 2.
This is what happens when you get some perfectionists like together to do a project. You just never see it because they're too busy being a perfectionist.
You get a perfectionist who's also trying to juggle a YouTube channel and the NFT project at the same time.
Yeah,
the podcast episodes are going to be delayed.
It's great, and I'm just happy when one comes out. Like the last one that came out, the whole end with like the whole like
baby slugs.
What the fuck was that? I was like.
The second episode was a lot funnier than the first one. It was really funny.
Yeah,
it was good. It was. I liked it a little bit shorter. I like a little bit shorter podcasts. Like sometimes when podcasts are like over 2 hours, I'm just like, I can't fucking do this.
So you like a tight 45? You don't want those super long, like here's the Joe Rogan marathon
like
6 hour podcast.
If it's like an hour and a half, that's even fine. But sometimes when it's like over that 2 hour mark, that's when I just get a little like ADD.
Yeah,
I'm just like, I can't do this anymore.
Conversation in hour 3, it's like shooting pool. You can't just walk up to a pool table and start shooting pool.
There are
you got to
some
get in stroke, Jen.
There are some podcasts that are really, really good. And there's some podcasts that it's just like, there's just like a bunch of nobodies. Like Wavy was just on one like a few weeks ago. Like
really weird Sickos. It was really weird.
No.
He was just on one a few weeks ago. Like who the fuck is like this Oompaville and like this Nux talk? Like who are the fuck?
These guys who are these losers?
Who are these guys? Ugh.
Yeah,
2 hour podcast. What is this? A opinion video?
Exactly. Oh my god!
Got to stop and start and watch it over and over again to try to finish the thing. Like, jeez,
who even were? You know what? You were doing some Make-A-Wish stuff there, Wavy. Like that was really, really awesome. But that was really nice of you to do that.
Oh yeah,
reflect the rest of us.
I'm gonna get so much.
You get so much shit.
When I was a small YouTuber, the one thing I said was that when I get big, I'll pay back the other small YouTubers. And that's why I went on the Some Ordinary podcast.
What a pal.
Like that was really
You're so
nice
generous,
of you to
Wavy.
do. You made them so happy. Like they were just like it was just like that was such a good thing you did. Like you're paying it forward. I appreciate that.
I didn't have imposter syndrome or anything. I just was the big guy in that situation, playing it real cool. Yeah.
They always say such things. They say such good things about you, Wavy, all the time. Like, I've never genuinely heard a bad thing about you. Like,
no, nobody. There's nobody ever in the history of anybody that I've ever talked to online. Honestly, swear to God, nobody has said anything bad about Wavy. There's nothing bad to say.
I hear shit like this. I'm like, am I the fucking like because I always talk to people. I'm always talking to people about drama too. So I like kind of feel like I'm a little bastard because I gossip and stuff. And I'm like, am I
all of us do it? It's fine. It's like,
and no,
what's it feel like being a bastard? I wouldn't know.
And no one dislikes me, I guess. So I'm like, am I like Littlefinger or like the fucking
because you're not like you can talk about drama, but you're not like super sidey about it. Like you're not like I'm on this side.
It's
you're
more
just
of like a Mars perspective where you're
like,
above it.
You're more like this is fun and I'm enjoying the ride. But you know what the cool part is that if you ever do find yourself in drama and you do have to shit on somebody, everybody's gonna perk up and listen to that shit because that's just not what you get yourself into. So you have that card to play perfectly, just in case you ever need it. It's there.
I have that card, and maybe one day it'll be revealed. But that's the only card I have. I don't have any other cards for viewers watching. But
I think it's funny.
You don't have a Charizard?
Like, it's funny to watch a lot of like the drama commentator content and just not be a part of it, but then just like kind of watch it unfold. It's kind of fun to do that, I think.
I think there's a like the sort of like we have to have the Twitter space that like, all of you guys and I are involved in is one of the funniest and like most dynamic Twitter sort of like universes.
Oh, yeah.
You got you see the Spurgouts from Ethan Klein. You've got the tipster shenanigans. You've got you've got
I don't get to H3 stuff because I'm blocked.
I don't know how he hasn't blocked me because I have numerous 10,000 like tweets of me just like eating into him. I don't understand why.
There's
Maybe he's a big
fan. You might meet him during VidCon. You never know.
Oh Lord.
Oh God.
Just saying.
He might waddle his way in.
What are him and Muta-al gonna hug it out? Like what's going on?
Well, they
I'm
hugged
very
it out
confused.
a long time ago. They're cool.
That's good. That's good to hear.
That doesn't mean that I don't shit on them though relentlessly.
True.
I feel like Jen, is Ethan Klein not at the level though now where like Keemstar is, where he won't just go out to an event like that? I feel like he's got to be at that point now because he has so many people that dislike him. I think
he is, and the thing about it is Keem's thing is that he doesn't want people like taking pictures of him and shit like at these events with some people. Like, you know, he doesn't want to be seen with a bunch of like irrelevant people because there's, you know, like at these YouTube parties, there's gonna be like a mixture of bigger YouTubers and smaller YouTubers, and Keem doesn't want to be seen with like the smaller ones or like spurgy ones. So that's why he doesn't go to those things. Because like, if you don't know, during fake VidCon, there was a bunch of pictures that surfaced.
Of what? What? Wait, fill me in. Like what? Because I mean, I was at the I was at both parties. Like, what kind of sus pictures got out?
There's the picture of like Augie and Boblax and Nick and Tom, and they're sitting at like this table.
Oh,
I took that photo.
Keem quote tweeted and said, "This is exactly why I don't show up to this shit."
Yo, that photo was not leaked. That was willingly posted by me because I knew it had some sauce to it.
There were some leaked photos though of like Nick that weren't supposed to make it.
Yo, I felt bad. Jen, I felt bad for.
You did. I felt the press about it.
I felt. Oh, that's so funny that press told you about it.
I don't feel bad about Nick because Nick has always been one of those people. And I've talked about it before. I've said it before. I'll say it again. He's one of those people that he acts like he's so big that he doesn't know who anybody is. But then on the same coin, he knows who everybody is. Mm-hmm. And so he's always like been one of those people that like talks down to people. And that's why I kind of have to chuckle when people are like exposing him and like posting pictures and then he's getting memed to shit. Like, I have no other choice but to laugh at it. Like, it seems kind of fucked up, but I gotta do it.
I've talked to Nick for years now. Like, I consider him sort of like a Nick probably won't. He's like a no online friends guy, kind of like Medicare is. But whatever the fuck gay shit he's into, I consider Nick like an acquaintance / friend. So like at VidCon, you know, I was excited to meet him and stuff, and it was cool. It was cool hanging out with him. But I was like, it was one of those moments where I kind of had to like remember that I'm with a bunch of closeted YouTubers. So whenever like we were in public and like Bo Blacks and all these guys were like, LOL, Nick, you're fat. I'm like, have you guys ever like been around a person in real life? Like, this is like not cool.
That's me. Okay, I would feel bad for that because it's just like
they were doing that. It was like middle school bullying shit.
That's why he didn't come out to anything. Like, I didn't meet him, but he didn't come out to like really like any functions like the whole weekend. He didn't show up to anything.
Which kind of bums me out. Like, by the way,
Bo Blacks was fine. Like, I took a couple shots with Bo Blacks. Like, we were chill. Like, Bo Blacks is chill as fuck, dude. Sure. Like, he's a chill dude.
It's ironic that I'm the only member of Real Weird Sickos who's blocked by him, and I'm just like,
who, Nick?
Yeah, Nick. See,
I'm not blocked by Nick, but he called me a bitch on RFC like a couple of weeks ago because he was beefing with one of our friends, and he found out like I donate to their Patreon. And he goes, "Of course, this fucking bitch would do that," but he always tells people he doesn't know who I am at the same time. So it's like,
so scuffed.
Do you not know who I am or am I a fucking bitch? Like, which is it, my dude? Which is it?
Oh, there's a lot of bitches that I don't know.
There's a lot of people I don't know, but like, I'm not going to sit there and pretend like I don't know who people are just because it's like, in
Vogue to be higher and better.
Well, some people just sort of come and go, and it's like, I kind of remember them. I sort of remember that guy. That's the same guy.
Yeah.
And some people rebrand, and so it's hard to keep up.
But it is, the closeted YouTuber part is real, and it's like when you have somebody that walks up to somebody, like I remember, like I don't know if you remember this, Wavy, when we were outside of Justin's show. We're all talking. And Tom, Turkey Tom is sitting there talking, and some guy comes up to him and was like, "Oh my God, are you Turkey Tom?" And Tom just like froze. And he was like, "Yeah." And he was like,
"No, actually, I'm not Turkey Tom. I'm some
"You
other guy."
sound just like Turkey Tom." And Tom was like, "I have pictures of myself out there." He's like, "Oh, I didn't know what you look like, but you sound just like him." Like he just froze. Like,
yo, Tom is the funny thing is though, Tom is one of the he's one of the more well-adjusted like YouTube like kids.
He's very normal. He's very normal when you meet him. He's very polite. He's very nice, very cool. Like
it's funny you mentioned.
It changed my thought of him because like I didn't know what to really make of him before, but he's a good egg. I like him.
It's funny because it's funny you mentioned that outside the Whang concert moment. That was like my Muta-al is a super homie moment because I went out there and like I was fiending for a cigarette so bad.
Get the Marlboro Reds though.
And I just had a feeling. I was like, "Yo, Muta, you got a cig, bro?" Or I said, "Do you smoke?" And he was like, "Yeah, I'm kind of high though," or something like that. I was like, "No, bro." I'm like, "No, bro. I'm talking about a cig." And he was like, "Oh yeah, I got you, man."
He went through like he burned through like a bunch of cigars in Vegas like a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like smoking 5 cigarettes at once.
Yeah, like he had so many cigars that weekend. I was just like, but I think I encouraged it too because I got drunk like at this like cigar bar that we were at, and I don't remember how we got home. But at the same time, it's like outside that Whang show, it was like there were people that were they were coming up to like write opinion and everything just because there was like a whole bunch of people at one like in one spot, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, there's like a lot of people like getting recognized, and sometimes I like when I'm around certain people that are our friends, like I forget like who they are, you know, sometimes like because when you've talked to them and they're more like a person in your life, and then when they get recognized like on the street, it's kind of like it kind of slaps it back into perspective. It's like, oh, I totally forgot who they are sometimes, you know?
Yeah, it's like you got to move like slightly different, but at the end of the day, getting I've kind of gotten used to it. I hate to be like a diva, but like I've kind of gotten used to it. I know what
happens to you. Like, how often does it happen? Have you had a bad experience with it too?
I actually have not had any bad experiences, but it's like really funny because it kind of shows me like the times that I've been recognized, it really puts into perspective that sort of like age group and demographic of my viewers that watch my videos. So the times that I get recognized, it'll be by like stocking clerks at Target.
Yes.
Or it'll be like the window staff at Starbucks. Like it'll be these real young guys that it's always like these young guys that you can tell they're probably in college, 22 years old.
How do they open?
All with jobs.
What do they say?
They'll say something along the lines
of, "Are you
a
YouTuber?
Wait, you're that guy."
Yeah.
I hear that when you're that guy. Or like, "Why do I know you? Like, why do you look familiar?"
No.
And I'll be like, "Well, you know, I make YouTube videos." And they're like,
"Don't do that. You got to do what Muta-al does. You got to do what Muta-al does." Okay. Like when somebody walks up to him, and it happens all the time, like fucking everywhere. Okay. Like literally everywhere. And we were at Target. We were at the self-checkout, and you could usually spot these people that are scoping him before he does. And I'll be like, okay, that self-checkout guy fucking knows who you are. So we're up there, and he walks up to him, and he was just like, "Do I know you from somewhere? Are you a YouTuber?" And he was like, "I don't know, maybe." Like if they don't know exactly who he is, he opens it up to maybe. Are you who you think I am? I don't know. Am I? You know, like he's really good at that. I don't know. If they know who he is right off the bat, then like, but sometimes he'll kind of like leave it there.
See,
you gotta leave it there, Wavy. You gotta leave it there, man.
I just whore myself out. I don't even make him work for it.
Wavy's just too much of a nice guy. He doesn't let him hang.
Wavy just goes for it.
I'm a man of the people. What can I say?
Working class, blue collar YouTuber.
He's really nice to people that like, because we were walking out of, I think it was Bellagio, and some kid who was kind of drunk. I mean, he was obviously like over 21, but he was still like, I still call him like a kid. Like he just stops like dead in his tracks and was like freaking out, like just like, oh my god, like shaking and everything. It was kind of cute. Like stuff like that's kind of cute.
I bet if I ever, like, the thing is with Muta, I feel like he probably gets recognized like 3 or 4 times more than I would. So maybe he had to adapt that strategy because after a while it gets kind of annoying or ridiculous.
Yeah,
but
it kind of does. I think
the weirdest. This is the weirdest time I got recognized was me and Presley were, so like most people know that I live in Nashville, so they can kind of piece things together. If they see a guy that looks like Wavy and they're in Nashville, they're like, it's Wavy.
It's Wavy.
So Presley is from Birmingham, Alabama, right? And when we were still long distance, I was visiting her down there and we were going for a walk. Like we were just going on a walk around the city. And we were kind of near where her apartment was. And this guy drove past and like he was scoping us while we were walking. We were like, what the fuck?
I hate that.
So he was scoping us, drove past. And then we walked up to where like her apartment stoop was. And the car pulls into the apartment while we're at the door. So he knows where we live. And he rolls down the window and is like, hey, are you Wavywebsurf? I'm like, what? And that was the time where I was actually like I was reluctant, but I was like, yeah, I mean, I make videos on the internet, you know, something like that. And he was like, oh man, I'm a big fan. I live around here.
How did Press deal with that? How does she deal with that?
Oh, how do you think Press dealt with it? She said we should have invited him inside.
Of course she did. I think like she's honestly a better person than I am. Like I'm cool with it to a certain extent. Sometimes when you don't see it coming and you're blindsided and you're like at a restaurant and you're eating and a fucking cook comes out from the goddamn kitchen and sticks like somebody's Twitter profile picture in their face and says, sorry, is this you?
Oh
like,
God.
I literally almost wanted to lose my shit. Like, I guess I'm just like, God fucking damn it. Like, everybody was chilling, having a nice meal, and you got to do this shit, my dude. She's much better than I am. Like, sometimes it's just one of those things where it's just like, God damn it. Just, I can't take you fucking anywhere. I literally cannot take you anywhere.
For anyone watching at this point in my career, if you spot me, come up. I'm not jaded yet. I'm not saying Muta is jaded, but come up and say.
No, he's not at all. Like, he's cool with it and he's always nice. Like, don't ever feel like you can't approach him. But like, if he's with me, I depending on what's going on in the Mutas, I may not be happy about it just because I'm not used to shit. I'm not used to that shit. So
you're gonna have like a secret code that only the real fans know about. Just like walk up to Wavy and like,
I could be a total bitch. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be like that, but sometimes when I'm caught off guard, I am. Okay, so my apologies.
Does your house have stairs? You have to say that to somebody, like the key phrase, and then you both they have to respond with a certain phrase. No, I just use the elevator.
This is it right here for the fans. If you see me, you have to use code Giantess Vore to get a hug.
Exactly.
Ooh. Yes. What about a picture? What's the code for the picture? For the Wavy
Pyro
selfie.
Sickos brother. That's the other one.
Exactly. Tom nailed
Pyro
it.
Bro. Pyro Bro.
Exactly. But from the Bruce Springsteen of YouTube, Wavywebsurf, thank you so very much for hanging us today. If you want to find Wavywebsurf, I know everyone here is definitely here is a Wavywebsurf fan. It is youtube.com. Absolutely. youtube.com/Wavywebsurf. And that is the same for Twitter, Wavywebsurf right there. Matey, we usually do the wrap up. We want to quickly ask, what's on the slab? What's in the future? What's in the future for Wavywebsurf? What's cracking? What's on the pan?
So first off, I would like to thank you guys for having me on. It's been really fun.
So glad you came. Thank you.
Yeah, it's been lovely, Wavy.
Yes.
As they say, it's 5:00 somewhere. It was 5:00 Eastern when the podcast started, so I've had about 2 or 3 beers, feeling good.
Oh yeah,
me too.
As far as what's on the slate, wow, you guys asked this question at a great time. So tomorrow, I will be interviewing the band from the very infamous "What the fuck is up, Denny's?" clip.
No way! God. Shut the fuck up. That's amazing.
Yeah. So I got those guys tomorrow. gonna do a video about the sort of like history of Denny's punk concerts.
Yes.
And then after that, I really don't know what's after that. You know, we're just worried about the Denny's concert right now.
Wherever the wind blows, it'll take you somewhere. It always does. It always does.
I'll be in around Anaheim for VidCon coming up. That's the thing. And I'll be training for boxing. So if anybody wants to get their ass whooped, hit me up.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Hit him up on twitter.com. Call him out in front of everybody, please.
Absolutely.
Don't do it in private. Make sure it's public.
Absolutely.
But yeah, hit me up. And it's been a pleasure. I hope you guys have a good rest of the evening.
Absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
appreciate it.
And like we have to do the rounds. Dearest Jenna, what is on the slab?
Don't ask me when it's coming. Shit's coming. I swear to God, I promise.
Yeah, where's
no
shit?
promise
Where's shit?
Stuff
No
is
worries,
coming.
No worries. No
It's
rush.
coming.
It's out when it's out, as I say. But dearest
There'll be
Charles,
two videos out before the middle of June.
fair. No worries. Cheeky Charles, what's up?
I am the king of the memes, as we all know. Mask_bastard on twitter.com. I've got a lot of D&D content that's rolling out by now. The anime buddies, the Void Gazers, that game I ran for them.
Mm-hmm.
The first session of that should be out. We ran it a week ago as of this recording. So that should be out.
3 weeks from when it actually gets released, though.
Shut up, Jenna.
Yes. Well, you know, I've got lots of stuff. I got the memes. Real Weird Sickos on Twitter.
Absolutely.
Got a lot of stuff going on there. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
That's what I got. Tom, what's going on with that Cyberpunk show?
It's great things. Thank you so much, Wavy, for joining us. I'm working on shit. I'm balancing.
We'll see y'all next week.
Exactly.
Maybe.
Bye.
Yep,
Stay sick,
it's
stay
been a
win.
podcast.
Bye, guys.
Bye.